The Rise and Fall of Gennady Zhidko, a Russian general's shocking story. Imagine a man who rose from a small village in Soviet Uzbekistan to become one of Russia's most decorated military leaders, only to meet a mysterious end at the height of his career. This is the story of Colonel General Gennady Zhidko, a tale of ambition, heroism, failure, and unanswered questions that will leave you stunned. Buckle up, because this is a wild ride through the life of a man who commanded armies, faced international sanctions, and died under a cloud of secrecy. Early life. From humble beginnings to Soviet soldier, Gennady Valeryevich Zhidko was born on September 12, 1965, in the remote village of Yangiobod, nestled in the Uzbek Soviet Socialist Republic. Growing up in a modest setting, young Gennady could have never imagined the power he'd one day wield. In 1987, he graduated from the Tashkent Higher Tank Command School, stepping into the Soviet Army as a young platoon commander in the 27th Guards Motor Rifle Division. His early years were marked by discipline and rapid promotion. He became a captain ahead of schedule and later a colonel, earning praise for his sharp organizational skills. By 1997, he had graduated from the prestigious Malinovsky Military, Armored Forces Academy, and in 2007, he completed training at the Military Academy of the General Staff. Zhidko was no ordinary soldier. He was a rising star in a military machine that valued loyalty and ruthlessness. Climbing the ranks. A career forged in Fire. Zhidko's career was a masterclass in military ascent. By 2001, he was commanding the 92nd Motor Rifle Regiment in Dushanbe, Tajikistan. From 2007 to 2009, he led the 20th Guards Motor Rifle Division in Volgograd, overseeing its transition to a professional contract-based force, a move that showcased his ability to modernize and adapt. His leadership caught the eye of top brass, and between 2009 and 2012, he served as deputy commander and chief of staff of key units, including the 6th Combined Arms Army. His organizational prowess earned him accolades from commanders like Major General Yevgeny Ustinov and Colonel General Arkady Bakin. In 2016, Zhidko's career took a dramatic turn when he was sent to Syria as chief of staff of Russian forces. His strategic brilliance in coordinating operations against rebel groups earned him the coveted title of Hero of the Russian Federation in 2017, awarded personally by President Vladimir Putin. This was Zhidko at his peak, a celebrated general, commanding respect and fear. But the higher he climbed, the closer he came to the flames of controversy. The Ukraine invasion, a brief and disastrous command, in May 2022, Zhidko was thrust into the spotlight of the Russia-Ukraine war, replacing General Alexander Dvornikov. He was tasked with leading Russian forces during a critical phase of the invasion. The world watched as Zhidko took charge, with Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu's visit to Ukraine seemingly confirming his role. But what should have been his crowning moment turned into a disaster. Under his command, Russian forces suffered devastating losses, failing to capture key targets like Kharkiv. Ukraine's counteroffensives in Kherson and Kharkiv humiliated the Russian military, and Zhidko bore the blame. By June 2022, just 1 month after his appointment, Zhidko was demoted. He was sent back to command the Eastern Military District, and General Sergei Surovikin, nicknamed General Armageddon, took his place. The Kremlin's propaganda machine stayed silent, but whispers of failure and incompetence swirled. To make matters worse, Zhidko was hit with sanctions by the US, UK, and Canada for his role in the invasion, branding him a pariah on the global stage. How did a decorated hero of Russia fall so far, so fast? The mysterious death. What really happened? On August 16, 2023, the world learned of Zhidko's death in Moscow at the age of 57. The official report? A long illness, according to Khabarovsk Governor Mikhail Degtyarev. But here's where things get murky. No specific cause of death was disclosed. No public funeral, no Kremlin statement. For a man of Zhidko's stature, a former deputy, defense minister and hero of Russia, this silence was deafening. Social media buzzed with speculation. Was it cancer, alcoholism, a known scourge among Russian elites? Or something more sinister, like poisoning, a fate rumored to befall disgraced Russian officials? Zhidko's death came at a curious time. Just a day earlier, another Russian general, Gennady Valeryevich, died in jail under similarly vague circumstances. Both men had fallen out of favor with the Kremlin. Zhidko's dismissal from Ukraine and his rapid demotion raised eyebrows. Had he crossed the wrong people? On platforms like Reddit, users pointed out the grim irony. Commanding Russian forces in Ukraine seemed like a cursed job, with successors like Surovikin also facing disgrace. Was Zhidko's death natural, or was it a quiet elimination of a man who knew too much? Legacy, hero or failure? Gennady Zhidko's life was a paradox. He was a brilliant tactician who modernized Russia's military and earned its highest honors, yet his brief command in Ukraine tarnished his legacy. His story is a window into the chaos of Russia's military machine, where loyalty to the Kremlin can mean glory one day and obscurity the next. His awards, including the Order for Military Merit and the Medal for Service to the Fatherland, tell one story. His sanctions and sudden death tell another. Colonel General Gennady Zhidko died in Moscow on August 16, 2023, at the age of 57, reportedly after a long illness, according to Khabarovsk Governor Mikhail Degtyarev. No official cause of death was specified, and the lack of details fueled speculation. Some sources, like independent journalist Dmitry Kolesev, citing an anonymous source, suggested Zhidko had been suffering from cancer. Others, including media outlets like LBC and Express.to.uk, noted rumors of poisoning due to his dismissal from commanding Russian forces in Ukraine in 2022, though no evidence supports this. The Kremlin and Russian military authorities provided no comment, and no public funeral was reported, adding to the mystery. His death coincided with another general's passing, Gennady Valeryevich, raising questions about the timing, your ultimate destination for powerful stories, historic battles, and fearless military leaders who shaped the world. Whether you're passionate about history, strategy, or modern warfare, Military Legends HQ is where bravery meets knowledge. Subscribe and join our growing army of military history. Fans like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.